Okay, I once had this dream
Yeah.
that I could fly, right?
Oh, wow.
Just by like flapping my arms really hard.
Yeah.
And turns out
Of course.
real life needs a little bit more strategy.
It does.
Speaking of strategy,
Yep.
you guys sent in an article called Simple Tips for Chasing Your Dreams.
Oh, nice.
And I am very excited
Yeah.
to deep dive into it with you today.
Cool.
Because we all have dreams, right?
We do, yeah.
But sometimes the HLW,
Right.
it feels like this big, overwhelming mystery.
To
Like,
that.
how do we actually get there?
Totally.
So let's get practical.
Okay.
This article starts with a point that really resonated with me.
Okay.
Defining the dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about the what.
Yeah.
It's about the feeling.
Oh, I like that.
I'm curious to hear your take on that.
Oh, that's interesting, yeah.
What do you think about that?
So I think it's brilliant
Okay.
because it really taps into the psychology
Yeah.
of motivation. There are studies out there
Mm-hmm.
that show that vividly imagining
Okay.
the emotions
Yeah.
associated with achieving your dream
Mm-hmm.
can actually prime your brain for action.
So walk me through this.
Okay.
Let's say our listener
Yeah.
dreams of becoming a surgeon.
Okay. Yeah.
What would be the difference between
Yeah.
visualizing the what
Sure.
versus the feeling?
That's a great point, right?
Yeah.
So the what might be picturing yourself performing
Mhm.
a successful surgery,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
But the feeling,
Yeah.
that goes deeper.
Yeah.
Like the intense focus,
Mhm.
the satisfaction of helping someone heal,
Yeah.
the respect from your peers,
Yeah.
So by focusing on the emotions,
Yeah.
the dream becomes more tangible,
Uh-huh.
more motivating.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's interesting because
Yeah.
it does make it more like concrete.
It does.
I can already see how that shift in perspective could be
Yeah.
game-changing.
It is.
It's like having an internal compass
It is.
weighting your decisions.
Yeah.
But then comes the tricky part, right?
Yeah.
Turning those feelings into concrete actions.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, what do we actually do?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is where so many people stumble,
Mm-hmm.
myself included.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, we set these
Yeah.
huge, ambitious goals.
Yes.
Like,
oh, I want to be a...
yeah, like become a world-renowned chef.
Exactly.
Right. Without breaking them down
Yeah.
into manageable steps.
Oh my gosh, I am the queen of vague goals.
Right.
Be more present.
Yeah, exactly.
Travel more. Like,
Totally.
no wonder I never make any progress.
Exactly.
It's so true.
Because they're so
Yeah.
vague. Yeah.
Vague.
So this article, thankfully,
Yeah.
gets,
Yeah.
it pushes us to set
Yeah.
smart goals.
I love that.
So instead of become a world-renowned chef,
Okay.
maybe the first step is
Yeah.
mastering a specific cuisine.
Or enrolling in culinary school.
Right.
Or even perfecting one signature dish.
That's a great first step.
So for our aspiring surgeon,
Yeah.
maybe it's shadowing a doctor once a week.
Good.
Or acing their upcoming anatomy exam.
Totally.
Suddenly it feels a lot less daunting.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
But even with a clear plan,
yeah.
I think fear and doubt
Oh, for sure.
can be huge dream killers.
That's a
I know
huge
they
one.
have been for me in the past.
Yes.
What
It's like
are your thoughts on that?
they're universal struggles.
Yeah.
I think we all experience them.
Yeah.
What I appreciate about this article is that
Huh.
it doesn't sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
It acknowledges those feelings,
Right.
but then it gives us tools
Yeah.
to overcome them.
I'm all ears
Yes.
because those negative thoughts, they can spiral so quickly.
Oh, yeah.
What if I'm not good enough?
Mm-hmm.
What if I fail?
Yeah.
It can be paralyzing.
It's paralyzing. What specific tactics does the article suggest?
Well, one that I find particularly helpful
Yeah.
is reframing
Okay.
negative thoughts.
Okay.
So instead of saying,
Yeah.
I'm not a good enough writer to ski a blog,
Mm-hmm.
you might reframe it as,
Yeah.
I'm learning and improving
Okay.
with every post I write.
Okay.
It shifts the focus from lack to progress,
I love that.
which can be incredibly empowering.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's such a subtle
it is.
shift in language.
It is.
But it's so powerful.
So powerful, yeah.
It's like taking back control
It is.
of the narrative.
But-
And I bet that ties into
Yes.
building confidence, too.
It does, absolutely.
Right.
Because confidence isn't about never having doubts.
Mm-hmm.
It's about knowing you can push through them.
Yes.
And the article also emphasizes
Right.
the importance of taking action,
Yeah.
even small actions,
Right.
to chip away at those fears.
Okay.
So what's one tiny step our aspiring surgeon could take today? That would move them closer to their dream,
Okay.
even if it only takes 5 minutes.
So maybe researching different surgical specialties?
That's a great one.
Or watching a documentary about a groundbreaking procedure?
Love it.
The point is to build momentum, right?
Totally.
Even baby steps are still steps forward.
They are.
But okay, so we've got a clearly defined dream,
Okay.
smart goals.
Mm-hmm.
We're working on taming our inner critic.
Yeah.
What comes next?
Well, now it's time to turn those dreams
Okay.
to actionable to-dos,
Okay.
which can feel overwhelming in itself,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The article calls this creating an action plan.
Okay.
And thankfully, it breaks this down
Okay.
into bite-sized pieces.
I like that.
Yeah.
Bite size?
Bite-sized, manageable.
Yeah. Okay. Action plan.
Right.
That sounds very official.
Yeah.
And maybe a little intimidating.
Right.
Is this where we break out, like,
Okay, spreadsheets and Gantt charts.
not necessarily?
Right.
No, this article keeps things refreshingly simple.
Okay.
It reminds us that even the most complex endeavors
Okay.
are ultimately a series of smaller tasks.
Okay.
Right.
It's like that saying, how do you
Yes.
eat an elephant?
Yeah.
One bite at a time.
Exactly. One bite at a time.
Yeah.
And for our aspiring surgeon,
Okay.
that might mean breaking down their med school prep
Okay.
into manageable chunks,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So studying specific organ systems,
Okay.
mastering surgical techniques one by one,
Yeah.
even just scheduling dedicated study time each day.
I'm already feeling less overwhelmed.
Right.
Right. It's like, okay,
Totally.
I can do that.
Yeah.
But there's another point this article brings up
Okay.
that I think is so important
Yeah.
for staying motivated,
Yes.
setting milestones
Yeah, I love it.
to track progress.
That's so powerful.
Yes, that's such a powerful tool for combating discouragement.
Yeah.
It's so easy to lose steam
Totally.
when you only focus on the end goal,
Yeah.
which can feel years away.
It does. It
Yeah.
feels very far away.
Yeah, so if you have these smaller markers
Yeah.
of achievement along the way,
Yes.
it reminds you that you're actually
So-
making headway.
So for our surgeon to be,
Yeah.
maybe a milestone could be getting accepted into
Yeah.
their top choice med school
Awesome.
or acing
Yeah.
a particularly challenging exam.
I love that those milestones
Yes.
become tangible evidence
Yes.
that they're on the right track,
Yes.
even if it feels slow sometimes.
It's like proof
It is.
that I'm doing something.
It's proof.
Yeah. Okay. But of course, all this action taking
Yes.
requires fuel.
It does.
And that brings us to the article's discussion
That's
on
done.
motivation.
Here we go.
And it uses this great metaphor,
Good.
comparing inner motivation to the fuel that keeps us going.
I like that.
But we all know that staying motivated long term
Right.
is one of the trickiest parts
Oh, yeah.
of pursuing any dream.
For sure.
There are bound to be days
Yeah.
when you just want to hit the snooze button, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, I don't feel like doing this today.
Yeah.
What do we do on those days?
Yeah. And what's so fascinating is
Oh.
that the article goes beyond,
Yeah.
generic rah-rah encouragement.
Yeah.
It really dives into
Oh,
the difference between
Yeah.
intrinsic
Mm-hmm.
and extrinsic motivation,
Okay.
which I think is so key for understanding how to fuel our efforts sustainably.
Okay. Break that down for me,
Okay.
because it's been a while since my psych 101 days.
All right. So intrinsic motivation comes from the enjoyment
Okay.
of the process itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's that inner drive,
Okay.
that passion for the work that keeps you going even when things get tough.
Yeah. Extrinsic motivation, on the other hand?
Is driven by external rewards,
Okay.
things like money, fame, or recognition.
So for our aspiring surgeon,
Yes.
intrinsic motivation might be the fascination with the human body
Oh, that's a good one.
or the deep desire to help people heal.
Absolutely.
Extrinsic motivation might be the prestige associated with the profession
Okay.
or the financial rewards.
Right, exactly.
And while both types of motivation can be helpful,
Yes, they can.
yeah.
Research shows that intrinsic motivation
Okay.
is far more sustainable
Okay.
for long-term pursuits,
Mm-hmm.
especially those that require years of dedication,
Yeah.
like becoming a surgeon.
Because if you're only motivated by the external rewards,
Right.
yeah,
What happens when those...
when those rewards are delayed
Yeah.
or don't materialize the way you expected, you're much more likely to burn out
Yeah.
or give up.
So this article encourages us
Yes.
to stay connected to the deeper WHY behind our dreams.
Totally.
I like that. So one tactic it suggests
Yeah.
is writing a letter
Okay.
to your future self.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
Imagine you've already achieved your dream.
Mm-hmm.
What would you want to tell your past self
Okay.
about the journey?
Yeah.
What challenges did you overcome?
Mm-hmm.
What lessons did you learn?
Wow. I've never thought about it that way.
It's a cool exercise.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like having a pep talk from the version of yourself who's
Yeah.
already made it.
That's already done it.
But even with all the inner drive
Yeah.
in the world,
Yeah.
there's another crucial element
Okay.
that this article highlights.
Right.
Your support system.
Yes. So important.
And I think this is especially important
It is.
for someone like our aspiring surgeon
Yeah.
who's embarking on such a demanding path.
Totally. We all need
Yeah.
people in our corner who believe in us,
Mm-hmm.
encourage us,
Yeah.
offer guidance
Totally.
when we hit roadblocks.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I have had mentors throughout my career
Mm-hmm.
who have challenged me, supported me,
Yeah.
and helped me see my potential when I doubted myself.
It's amazing.
It's invaluable to have someone who's been there before
Yes.
to offer wisdom and perspective.
Absolutely. It's like having a map and a compass
Yes.
for navigating uncharted territory.
But this article also makes a point that I think is often overlooked.
Okay.
The importance of eliminating
Oh, interesting.
negative influences,
Yes.
those energy
You
vampires
took the energy vampire.
who drain our enthusiasm
Yeah.
and sow seeds of doubt.
Oh, I know the type.
Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes those negative influences can come from the most unexpected places,
Oh, really?
like well-meaning friends or
Yeah.
family members
Okay.
who project their own fears onto our dreams.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, for
sure.
oh, you're going to med school.
Yeah.
But that's so hard
Yeah.
and it takes forever. Oh,
You know,
exactly.
like, yeah, it does.
Right.
But I still want to do it.
Yeah. For our aspiring surgeon,
Yes.
those negative voices might say things like,
Mm.
med school's so competitive, what if you don't get in?
Yeah.
Or it's such a long and grueling path, are you sure you're up for it?
Ouch.
Right.
Those kinds of comments
Yeah.
can really chip away
Totally.
at your confidence.
Yeah.
So what does the article suggest?
So it encourages us
Okay.
to be mindful of who we surround ourselves with
Mm-hmm.
and to set boundaries
Okay.
to protect our energy,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Sometimes that means having honest conversations
Okay.
with loved ones
Yeah.
about their impact on our dreams.
Right.
Sometimes it might mean creating
Yeah.
some distance or
Yeah.
even limiting contact
Yeah.
with people who consistently bring us down.
That can be tough,
It can.
especially
Ton.
when it comes to family or close friends.
Yeah.
But ultimately,
It's about prioritizing our own well-being
absolutely.
and creating an environment
Mm-hmm.
that supports our growth.
Exactly.
Because pursuing a dream,
yeah.
especially one as demanding as becoming a surgeon,
Yes.
requires a tremendous amount of
Enough-
focus,
Yeah.
energy, and
Mhm.
resilience.
Totally. And speaking of resilience,
Yes.
this article tackles a topic that many people shy away from:
Okay.
failure.
Which is inevitable. Right.
It is.
Like, I don't think anyone
Mm.
goes through life
Yeah.
without encountering setbacks.
No, it's impossible.
But it feels like we're conditioned to fear failure,
Yeah.
to see it as a sign of weakness or inadequacy.
It's true.
Yeah.
And that's where this article takes a refreshingly different approach.
Okay.
It acknowledges that failure
Okay.
is not the opposite of success.
Okay.
It's part of the process.
I love that. It's like that famous Thomas Edison quote, I haven't failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the article encourages us
Okay.
to shift our perspective
Okay.
on failure.
Yeah.
Instead of seeing it as a defeat,
Yeah.
we can view it as a valuable learning experience,
Right.
an opportunity
Mm-hmm.
to course correct
Yeah.
and come back stronger.
Okay, so how do we actually put that into practice?
Yeah, because in the moment, it just feels bad.
It does.
Yeah, so one tactic the article suggests is keeping a failure journal.
A failure journal.
Yeah, a failure journal.
Okay.
So whenever you experience a setback,
Yeah.
write it down,
Okay.
but don't just describe the event itself,
Yeah.
right? Dig deeper.
Okay.
What led to this outcome?
Mm-hmm.
What could you have done differently?
Okay.
What did you learn from this experience?
That's so interesting. Like, you're turning failure into data points
Exactly.
that you can analyze
Yes.
and learn from.
It's about taking ownership.
I can see how that would be incredibly empowering,
Yes, exactly.
especially for someone in a field like surgery
Yeah.
where the stakes are so high.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah, it's about extracting the lessons and using them
Okay.
to inform your future actions.
Yeah.
And this ties back
Okay.
to the idea of resilience we were discussing earlier, right?
Yeah.
The more you can learn from your setbacks,
Yeah.
the more equipped you'll be
Yeah.
to handle future challenges.
Which, let's be honest,
Okay.
are inevitable on any dream-chasing journey.
They are.
You know?
Yes.
There will be exams that our aspiring surgeon doesn't ace.
That's an ace.
Surgeries that don't go perfectly.
Right.
Maybe even moments when they question their entire path.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the key is to remember
Yeah.
that those moments are temporary.
Okay.
What matters most is how you respond to them.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
Do you let those setbacks define you,
Yeah.
or do you use them as fuel
Yeah.
to keep going?
And this brings us to another crucial point
Right.
that this article highlights.
Great.
Celebrating wins,
Yes.
both big and small.
I love it.
It seems like something we should all be doing more of.
Yeah, we should.
Right. Absolutely.
Like, why aren't we celebrating more?
And it's not just about,
Yeah.
giving ourselves a pat on the back.
Yeah.
There's actually some fascinating neuroscience
Okay.
behind this.
Okay.
Celebrating small victories
Okay.
releases dopamine,
Okay.
which reinforces
Okay.
the neural pathways
Mhm.
related to motivation and goal achievement.
So it's like training our brains
It is.
to crave that feeling of progress,
Yeah.
making it more likely
Yes.
that we'll keep going,
Exactly.
even when things get tough.
It's like building positive momentum.
And for our aspiring surgeon,
Mm-hmm.
that might mean celebrating milestones,
Yeah.
like acing that anatomy exam
Okay.
or getting accepted into med school.
Yeah.
But it can also mean acknowledging smaller wins, like mastering a difficult surgical technique
Totally.
or simply making it through a
Okay.
grueling week of studying.
I love that.
Well-
It's about finding those moments of
Yeah.
joy and accomplishment
Yes.
amidst the hard work and inevitable challenges.
It is, but I also think it's important to remember
Yeah.
that the journey itself has value,
Yes.
not just the destination.
Yeah.
That's something that really struck me about this article, too.
Yeah.
It doesn't just focus on
Yeah.
achieving the dream.
Yeah.
It emphasizes the importance of enjoying the ride.
Yes. Yeah, it's like we get so focused on
Yeah.
becoming a surgeon,
Right.
writing that novel, building that business,
Yeah.
that we forget to savor the process
Totally.
of learning and growing along the way.
It's true. We can get so caught up
Yeah.
in the pursuit of the outcome
Mm-hmm.
that we miss the beauty of the journey itself.
Totally.
And this article reminds us
Yeah.
that the journey is where the real transformation happens.
It's not just about reaching the summit.
Right.
It's about the view from each base camp along the way,
Totally.
the challenges we overcome, the skills we develop.
I love that, yeah, for our aspiring surgeon,
Yeah.
that might mean appreciating the intricacies
Mm-hmm.
of the human body that they're studying,
Yeah.
the camaraderie they experience with
Yeah.
their classmates,
Mm-hmm.
the satisfaction of mastering a difficult procedure.
It's about finding those moments of awe and wonder
Yes.
that make the journey feel worthwhile,
it is.
even when it's tough.
Even when it's tough.
But I think one of the biggest hurdles
Yeah.
for many dream chasers,
Yeah.
myself included,
Yeah.
is that fear of the unknown.
Oh, yeah.
It can be paralyzing.
It's scary.
To step outside our comfort zones
Uh-huh.
and venture into uncharted territory.
Absolutely. Our brains crave
Right.
certainty, predictability,
Yes.
the familiar.
Totally.
So when we embark on a path
Yeah.
that's inherently uncertain,
Mm-hmm.
like pursuing a demanding career like surgery,
Mm-hmm.
it's natural to feel some resistance.
Oh, I feel that.
Yeah.
Every time I've taken a big leap
Yeah.
in my own career,
Mm-hmm.
there's been that voice whispering in my ear,
Yes.
what if it doesn't work out?
Uh,
What if I'm not good enough?
yeah.
How does this article suggest we handle?
So it emphasizes the importance of
Okay.
reframing our perspective
Okay.
instead of focusing on what we might lose
Mm-hmm.
or what could go wrong.
Yeah.
It encourages us to focus on what we might gain
Yeah.
and what could go right.
So instead of dwelling on the fear of failing that big exam,
Okay.
our aspiring surgeon
Yeah.
might visualize the feeling
Yes.
of acing it and getting one step closer to their dream.
I love that.
It's about shifting.
It is.
That mental energy.
Yeah.
From fear to possibility.
Absolutely. And it's about remembering that.
Yeah.
Even if things don't go exactly according to plan, we always have the ability to adapt, learn, and course correct.
That's such an important reminder.
It is.
It's not about avoiding failure altogether.
Right.
It's about developing the resilience
Yes.
to bounce back from setbacks
Yes.
and keep moving forward.
And this article reminds us that resilience isn't something we're born with.
Right.
It's something we cultivate.
Yeah.
It's like a muscle
Yeah.
that gets stronger the more we use it.
So how do we build that resilience muscle?
Yeah, it encourages us
Yeah.
to practice self-compassion,
Okay.
to acknowledge that setbacks
Yeah.
are a natural part of the journey and not a reflection of our worthiness.
Yeah.
It also emphasizes the importance
Okay.
of surrounding ourselves
Yeah.
with supportive people
Yeah.
who believe in us and encourage us,
Right.
especially when we're doubting ourselves.
And I think it's important to remember
Yeah,
that those supportive people
Yeah.
come from many places.
absolutely.
Mentors, friends, family, even online communities.
Finding your tribe,
Yeah.
your cheerleading squad,
Yes.
can make all the difference
It does.
when you're facing challenges.
It's about building that network of support
It is.
that reminds us that we're not alone in this journey,
No.
that others have faced
Yeah.
similar obstacles
They have.
and come out stronger on the other side.
And this brings us back
Yeah.
to the article's overarching message.
Okay.
Chasing your dreams
Yeah.
is a journey,
Mm-hmm.
not a destination.
It's about embracing the ups and downs,
Yeah.
the twists and turns,
Twists and turns.
the unexpected detours that inevitably arise along the way.
It's about enjoying the process,
Yeah.
learning from our mistakes, celebrating our victories,
Yeah.
and remembering that the journey itself
Yeah.
is just as important
Yes.
as the destination.
And I think that's a beautiful message
Yeah.
to leave our aspiring surgeon and all our listeners with today.
I agree.
So, to our listener, we hope this deep dive has left you feeling
Yeah.
inspired, empowered,
Yes.
and ready to take that next step towards your dreams.
You got this.
Remember, there's no magic formula.
No.
No one-size-fits-all approach.
It's about finding what works for you,
Yeah.
honoring your unique path,
Yeah.
and trusting that even though the journey might be messy and unpredictable at times,
Yeah.
you have the strength and resilience
Yeah.
to make it happen.
And we'll be here to cheer you on
We will.
every step of the way.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us
Yeah.
for another deep dive.